Hi, everybody. I hope you're having an awesome day. And we are going to continue with Intruding Fields Part 2. And let's go back to the previous video and let's recap a little bit. And please, if you haven't watched Part 1, you need to. Otherwise, Part 2 will not make much sense. So it couldn't be a point for you to watch it. And as I mentioned on my previous video, Gary stumbled about intruding fields when he came across one of his clients and he encountered a treatment barrier that he was unable to remove. To overcome the barrier, he learned a new therapeutic strategy that led to a breakthrough with this client. This client in question was about 4 years old. He was helping his father in the garden and was pulling up flowers by mistake. His father becomes outraged, raised his garden tool and shouted, "I'm going to kill you." Imagine the young boy. This near-death experience created in the child a compartmentalized part and other complex memory structures. Later, with continuous punishment, his brain adapted to these situations by creating an automatic process to create these compartmentalized memory structures when experiences his own or anger or the anger of others. Because of this automatic creation process, he had literally thousands of these parts or complex memory structures, independent of his main personality. He was about 42 and had been creating them automatically for years. So when he became angry or when someone became angry with him, his emotional response in present situations triggered the very intense emotions that he had experienced in the past. And this caused the creation of a new memory structure or part, and that's how he continually kept creating them. So for 2 months, Gary struggled to treat him. He was making no progress. Then he did something very, very surprising for someone like him with his reputation. It's the kind of thing I could do in the search for a method to help myself or somebody else. And this is what Gary has become kind of my very good spiritual friend. He kind of had my approach in life. He went to a training workshop that included, just listen to this, removing demons and fallen angels in patients who had suffered torture or ritual abuse. Ritual abuse usually involves some kind of sacrifice. And this obviously creates an enormous amount of trauma, resulting in the creation of these compartmentalized parts and other complex memories structures loaded with intense pain or fear. At first, Gary did not believe in fields, demons, or ritual abuse. Yet his skepticism disappeared the next week when, after he used this treatment intervention with his client, he actually managed to remove 19 demons or fields and was able to continue to treat him with no further barriers. So I hope this brief summary has helped you understand about intruding fields. But now it's the second part, isn't it? How do we recognize them? Yeah. And in my most humble advice, this is how I recognize mine. It's just by having a very quick glance on my past and identifying those predominant memories that had a degree of pain when I brought them to my conscious awareness. Because those memories, isn't it, are dormant. And by remembering them, we bring them to our thoughts, and the thoughts will automatically bring the association, feeling, and emotion of that memory. So that's what I did. If I remember something, it's because it was a painful situation, a painful memory, and I could feel that sadness, that guilt, or whatever I was going through. So I began the process of obviously bring them first to the active experience, and then let them go, to set the intention of let them go, and that really that process, just to start, really helped. And it made me more aware of being very careful of not being open to feels intruding. Regardless of that, I just want to say that in my over 25 years of being a teacher, I don't think I have come across anyone who had as many intruding feels caused by severe trauma than myself. I remember thinking one day, I'm not sure if to feel sorry for myself, kind of thing, or give myself a medal. I chose the letter always positive. So if you're unable to break that trauma because either you chose unconsciously as a protective mechanism to push it to the unconscious and leave it there, so you couldn't flood the active experience, and you don't want to go there, that's fine. The superconscious will never bring anything, any memory to the active experience unless the pain is removed first. So the content of the memory can safely come to the surface. And there is usually a learning associated with this, yeah. Um, that comes like a revelation, like a different. This is why this happened. There is other instances when the event was so traumatic and people like a shocking event that it went almost like directly to the unconscious. So that person experiencing that trauma didn't even register, it just blocked automatically. And those are the ones that are the hardest to treat, but they can be treated. Because we know that in order to treat something, it needs to be brought to the active experience. So if there is no recollection of it, we are unable to bring it. So, but there is other ways and interventions that can be used. I mean, unlimited possibility with the record, really. So I wanted to keep the video short today because yesterday was a bit lengthy. I hope you learn and are more aware about intruding fields, and that you've enjoyed learning how to identify and how Gary just kind of went for it. He was able to successfully treat his client. I think it's a beautiful story from, to know, actually, be inspired with. If anybody of you wonder what, or if I forgot to actually, I kind of erase this before I did the video. No. Is that I don't know why. I just love winding the founders of the Wizard's Gate app. I can't help making jokes all the time, text messages. It just makes it fun. The one of the three I love to wind up the most is Atom. And I have to give it to him. Thank you, Alan. If you're watching this video, he puts up with it beautifully. Absolutely, just puts up with it. So I'm looking forward to whatever I draw in the next video about Alan. And it's a nice kind of, because he's got that anchoring. He loves anchoring. Never asking for any other process. He just loves anchoring. So anyway, this is why I do things. I love to. Fun is essential. I'm sorry, I have to say this. I know it's a bit longer, but you need to know this. I read once that there was a man who the doctor said, "Look, you've got about 3 months to die." So this man decided to spend 3 months watching the best comedy he was throughout his life and just have a laugh before he died. After the 3 months, he recovered. There was no diagnosis. He was completely recovered and healthy and vital. And there was no record. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing that was no interventions. Nothing. Apart from the fact that he just said that he was going to die. And decided to have fun. He brought a happy and an amazing, energy of joy and fun. Okay, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm just gonna, die laughing, kind of thing. And fun is essential, and I love bringing to the gate, and I love that people, if they watch something, that they can also learn, but also have a laugh and enjoy while they watch the video. So next set of videos is gonna be continuing my journey of enlightenment, but there's so many other subjects I want to touch, and one of them, which is part of my journey also, is when I tap into the dream world and I begin to tap into Carl Jung's field and met all the archetypes, and that was for me a fascinating world that I really want to share with you. So that's what's coming for the next few videos. So anyway, till then, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll say I love you unconditionally. Goodbye till this video. Bye for now.